Yo, welcome to the cast, baby. Today we got a sick guest. We got Sid Gantt. What's up, dude?
Chilling, man. What's up with you guys?
Just hanging. I was taking a walk today thinking about this cast, and one thing I appreciate about you and the Dad Meat guys is that it's kind of a good example that you can be a good comic and just a regular dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I think, you know, especially at our level, just open mics, you see so many lunatics. Yeah. And it's just nice to see someone that's slinging jokes and also like, yo, let me be a good dad.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. I've never been called a regular dude before.
I mean that this way, not like vanilla.
Yeah.
But
well, no, I don't mean it like that.
I was about to interrupt him.
I don't. Everything that I hear filters as a compliment in my mind.
Let's
so
go.
there's no way I would take that in a negative way. But like, I think I'm most awfully referred to as an irregular dude. I'm like the TJ Maxx of black guys, right? Like, it's like I don't know if I. But that's like I appreciate that. I mean, like we are raising kids. We're continuing the humanity. You know, if that's what you consider regular. You know.
Yeah. I guess it's fairly
Is helicopter going to be an issue?
I always bring a helicopter. You didn't know that? I thought I didn't tell you that. My
We were looking for parking. I didn't know it was on top of a roof.
right when they hit the intro, I want you hitting that pad.
Dude, that's so sick. You get to see helicopters launch like that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, man. When I lived in Dallas, I lived by an airport. It wasn't quite the same noise. It was deafening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how long were you in Dallas for?
A year.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We moved to Dallas right after college. My wife and I.
Gotcha.
So regular of you, dude.
Yeah.
Very regular of you.
Yeah,
Common.
Dallas is hella
Just an
regular.
interracial couple moving to Texas. No big deal. Just doing
What's
regular
that?
shit.
What's that like?
It was interesting, man. Like I feel like that part of the country is like the interracial couple capital of the world.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
You know what? I do see a lot of cowboy fans, interracial cowboy fan couples.
Yeah, and it's like, all sorts of mixes you wouldn't even expect. It's because there's just like Mexicans, there's Native Americans down there.
Oh shit.
It's like they're mixing it up down
A
there.
native Mexican.
Well, Mexicans are native. We took them.
I know, but if you combine the two,
we took that from them. Like Mexicans are docile Comanches.
right?
What's a Comanche?
A Comanche is they were Plains Indians. They grew up like in a really hard part of America. So and they were just like a warring tribe, and they would war with other tribes that were similar to them. Like grew up in this harsh landscape where like water and food is scarce. So hunting and just like fucking shit up is like the name of the game all day long. And if you lose to another tribe, like they would fuck your body up and mutilate it and shit. And because you were so worried about that happening to you, you would fight harder. Like that was like how they would encourage. Like, dude, you better fucking.
It's not just death.
Dude, they're gonna
because usually,
fuck you.
because death is
The stakes.
Dude, it was and it was like so they were like cutting people's tongues out, while they were like just like torturing people to death and laughing at it.
So you might as well fight as hard as you can, because if you're fighting that hard, maybe they'll kill you right away. Versus if you get caught, then you're just gonna get tortured. That's worse.
Yeah.
I'd rather fucking die. Make sure I'm going out in a blaze of glory.
Dude, it's like so. The funny thing about the Comanches is that when they were trying to expand America, they had to expand that frontier land. So they almost lost to the Comanches, right?
Yeah.
Because they're just so adaptable. Like horses aren't even native to North America. Europeans brought horses over. As soon as the Comanches got the horses, they were doing all sorts of horse tricks that the fucking Europeans never thought of. They were like ghost riding the horse, like side saddling the horse, like all this shit you see of those like
Fucking hit the nollie.
Yeah, they were ollieing the horses. They were crushing it. So like all those horse shows that you see from back in the day, those Western, they used to call them Comanche horse shows because they were all doing Comanche, like with the lasso and have jumping out like.
Oh shit!
That's all Comanche shit that they were like co-opted.
Whoa!
They were like, look at us do this Comanche shit, and like so the Comanches invented it because they would go down and like shoot arrows on the side.
Yeah, I remember. I see. There's like movies with that shit.
Yeah,
where they're like, I'm like, what are you doing? This little like fucking with the windows out. It's like kind of like any version of like a cop movie nowadays where they're like got their head out the window, like boom, boom.
Yeah,
they're like, dude, just like on a side of a beast.
The Comanches basically just set down the groundwork for white women across America.
Explain.
The white women love horses and just like doing the jumps and shit. If it
Yeah.
wasn't for the Comanches, dude,
That's what going native was.
What?
White women would see those fucking luxurious Comanches. Like they were like actually midget. They were Mexicans.
Yeah.
Like they would see them on these horses and they'd be like, "Fuck, I want to be a Comanche now." You know, and they would they'd get kidnapped and raped into it, but it was a whole bit. You know, it was a process. It was everything.
Like how you started,
everything has a process.
I like how you started that like, they were into it, but then they started getting raped anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how you become a Comanche, I think. But it was so the Comanches almost like fucked up the U.S. And if it wasn't for like a fluke, because the way that the U.S. would do their wartime, they would like ride their horses in, jump off the horses, and have a ground battle. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're getting circled by Comanches on horses, just getting fucked up for years. And then one day, somebody stayed on his horse and was just like riding around fucking up Comanches with a gun. And they were like, "Holy shit, let's stay on the horses."
Yeah,
and like that changed America.
It's crazy how just like one thing was such a game changer back then.
Yeah,
just one
like
thing.
Hiding, like you watch The Patriot, they're like, none of you guys thought about hiding behind a tree or anything. Just line up straight and shoot. I always was like, the first guy to like discover that was just there's like a tree in the field. He's like, "Oh, come on, guys, I can't see." And then a bullet hit the tree instead of hitting him in the face. He's like, "Guys,
yeah, like,
I should be dead, but this tree, if you hide behind stuff, you could shoot and also not get shot immediately."
Yeah, because before they were just each side would just run at each other, right? Or
yeah.
no, they would just shoot at each other.
Well, if you're going back to Trojan times, then they were running with like fucking swords and shit.
But I think like in like the beginning of like the Revolution or around that time, they would just do it old school.
Yeah, just boots to the ground, musket in hand. Also, they also like
little drummer
like
boys.
Smith and Wesson. Is that the right? That's the gun, right?
The what?
Yeah,
Smith and Wesson. So Smith and Wesson was like back. That's when they started. And Colt, like they all started their guns back then, and those guns also helped revolutionize the war against the Comanches as well. Like the Texas Rangers, like I can't wait until cancel culture gets to the name the Texas Rangers, because the Texas Rangers were literally formed to kill the Comanches so that we could expand U.S. territory. Like the only purpose was to fuck up Comanches.
Yeah. So do you think that would happen though? Since if our Comanches, well, in like the broad horizon of things, are Comanches like actually looked at the way you're describing them, like these vicious killers and all this shit, or they kind of like, they were just Mexican Native Americans, and some of them were bad and some of them were fine. Like,
nah, they were Mexican Spartans, dude.
Okay, so
dude, they were the shit. Like Comanches are the shit.
So then, all right, so they're cool. So that means that we will get down to a point where someone's like, "All right, Texas Rangers gotta."
No, we can't, because if we do that, the Comanches will come back. That's the only thing keeping the Comanches at bay right now. It's like we have a whole team of Texas Rangers. They're like, nah, we know better. We fucking know better.
Yeah,
I think I know.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say. I think I like their stock. Like I remember. I don't know if this is from the Comanche, but you see a lot of cowboy, like the whiter cowboys. Like they started taking over. Like I think what they were wearing, or maybe the Comanche were becoming cowboys. They had that like unique Western, like that jacket, the cowboy, like with like the little things that dangle from the sleeves and shit. Yeah,
well, to like as far as Comanche culture was concerned, like they would bring in whoever. Like if you could come in and fuck with us and like rape with us and shit, you roll with us, So they didn't care about what color you were. Like they definitely,
truly
Comanche was a lifestyle to them.
Right.
It was like a way, a lifestyle, a set of beliefs, and war.
It's like the first gang.
Yeah, and back then, killing a dude wasn't anything really.
A misdemeanor.
I mean, awesome.
Yeah.
Back then, killing dudes seemed like it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like every great man back then has at least 2 bodies on him.
Yeah. They're like, yo, running coyote rules. Dude.
Yes. Even like the innocent people, like I had to. I didn't want even like the people that like I hate killing, but I have killed at least 3 people.
Dude, there are authors from back then that have bodies.
Dude, can you imagine writing a book, have someone's blood you just murdered, like fucking killed them, you just using one of those pens, dipping in their blood, like I just murdered a man.
Well, it is crazy. It seemed like even though shit was obviously more horrible back then, they did have this weird thing that we don't have, even though it's way better, which is certainty. Where, especially during like the Puritan era, like even when shit was fucking horrible, they're like, well, at least God in heaven is definitely real. Like, at least everything will be fucking fine. And then I feel like everyone now is just kind of running around with their fucking head cut off.
You sound stupid if you're like, no, there's definitely not, or there's definitely this. The certainty thing, what you're talking about, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
there's not as much certainty now.
Like it ends well. Like it's fine.
I don't know, man. I feel like the consequences for questioning certainty were a lot dire, a lot more dire back then.
True.
Like if you stood out of line, then you got fucked up.
Yeah, if you like back then, like Cody with your long hair and your fucking orange hat, you'd be like, I don't think there's a god. I'm like, you're a fucking warlock.
Yeah, I'm getting
You know,
I'm
so you
getting
gotta-
burned
you
at the
gotta
stake,
die.
dude.
You gotta die. Now.
Yeah,
get
let's
that.
see if you drown underwater with weights on you.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I'm actually fine.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am a warlock.
So you're not a warlock, actually.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, you survived.
I just got. Like, yeah, wait, yeah. I just have
Or
like.
you are a warlock? Is
I don't
that how
know,
it
man.
works?
Yeah,
If you,
well, yeah,
If you
so-
die, you're cool.
That's what it
It's
was.
like,
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
always
yeah.
that was always the thing because they would be like, if you don't die at the stake, then you're a witch. But they always died or they always drowned or whatever. And they're like, I don't know how many times you have to do it before you're like, all right, I think we're just killing. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
it was
not- we
it
haven't
was like
gotten-
a weak. It was a weak witch, I think.
yeah. It's like
Yeah,
I
the
feel
very-
like she didn't burn right away.
Flammable. Some witches are flammable, I guess.
Yeah,
Like, I
no,
don't-
dude. You know what? I've been diving in on spontaneous human combustion.
Yeah.
And I am so fucking. I just started watching it today. I am fucking terrified. I'm gonna explode at any minute now because I was listening to like this girl. I think Meryl. What is it? Mary Reese or something. No. She fucking. They found her. It was just like one of her foot was still fine. The seat she was sitting in was fine, and she was just burnt. Nothing around her was burnt, and like and she was cremated. So that means it's got to be like 3,000 degrees or something. So like for that to burn and nothing else to burn around her means like there was just some like gas buildup and something just exploded in her system. So there's right now about 200 cases or like since like 1400s that there's been 200 reports of spontaneous combustion.
What if they found out that all of them just ate Panda Express? Just fucking blew them up.
I think what would blow my mind the most is that Panda Express has been around since the 1400s.
Yeah. Well, its essence
Well,
has.
I mean,
it just
it's
didn't make its
Asian.
way over here. Yeah.
It's been around longer than that, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the first restaurant.
Yeah. Asians are
Panda-
hella
Panda
old.
Express.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, what scared me most about it though is like it's just like a gas buildup inside of you, which can be from just like poor diet and like alcohol. I'm like I've been just building up my combustion for
First
the
of
past
all,
year.
see, this is the shit that pisses me off about science these days, right?
Yeah.
200 cases since 1845.
Right,
They don't know how the fuck it happens.
right, yeah.
There's no way to know how it happens because how do you test? Like you can't like okay, I think they're about to combust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can only find out afterwards.
Right. So that's the thing with the dilemma with is it real or not? The lady, they're like, well, there could have been a cigarette or something that happened, and that's why it was like that, and that burned, the evidence burned. But there has been reports of people saying that they were watching a family member and they just exploded. And I'm like, so if that's what happened and shit, you're just like, all right, if it wasn't combustion, they're lying about it. That means that they fucking explode, like they exploded her and then have to like go with a straight face. Like it was a whole family saw their like daughter explode.
Listen, I have no doubt in my mind that sometimes people pop.
You think?
Right? I believe it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not even questioning that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the fact that they are claiming that they know that it is from like a buildup of certain. It's like fuck you. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. There's no possible way that you can test that.
Yeah. Could have been an alien just coming
Eat
down.
a dick.
Just,
Like I'm sick of fake science right now, dude.
Yeah,
It's like-
maybe there's like something where you can tell that there was like some sort of irritation in the stomach, like
So
that implies that there was
3,000
gas.
degrees. These humans are cremated. It's cremation level.
Fair.
yeah.
How are you testing for that?
So there,
You know what I mean?
there was
You're getting you're carbon dated now. You're
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
cold.
so there was something about the fat tissue, the stomach fat, burned onto the rug. They found stomach fat on the rug. I don't know.
Dude, we don't know how people pop.
You pop. Some
You
of
mean
you
to tell me how
some of
people
you
pop?
goes up.
No,
Some of
we
you
don't
goes.
know how-
You just start making shit up about how people pop now.
Hey, I'm the guy who reports.
That's what science is doing now. Are you kidding me? You need to come to me with more
Yo,
exact science.
That would be sick if Pringles came out with a new commercial. Just like some dude pops up in a Pringles can and then he explodes. Like once you pop, so do you. I don't
That
know.
does sound like very like 90s style. Like on TV where a kid just like eats something and pops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that was a Sunny D commercial, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah, no, I definitely am able to, believe that every now and again a human explodes. Like we don't know how anything works. We don't I mean, mechanically we have an idea of how things move, and I guess we have an idea of how things work in nature. Again, it's our best guess to a large degree, but we this is the only humanity and Earth that we've ever experienced. We have nothing else to compare it to. So it's like, it's not even like, I don't even think that it's abnormal for people to explode, right? Because like, what would normal be?
I was thinking that more people should. I think it should explode more often. That's what I was saying. I'm like, maybe maybe people aren't getting caught exploding enough, and they're just finding people like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it is like. That's just interesting. I don't know. I don't mean to change the subject, but something you said just made me, because I'm a lot of the times like very like proud of humanity, because like I look around and it's like,
you're a pretty positive guy.
I'm pretty positive, but it's also when you think how easy it is to just get fucked up in this world. Like I was hit by a car when I was a kid.
Really?
Like
how old were you?
The fourth grade one and the fifth.
Tough year to get hit by a car.
I mean,
Is that
I think
around like long division when you start learning that?
Well, maybe you guys, but I wasn't gifted. So I started learning long division in first grade.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you already had all the tools you needed, dude. You were fine.
I would have hit you with a car too. Dude.
yeah. Man, I can't help it. I don't know when normal people learn long division. I mean, you know what I mean? Like regular educated people. Like,
Yeah, I think for me it was.
I
Like
was special my
sophomore
whole
year.
entire life, dude.
It's also one of those things like you don't ever have to learn it.
Well, dude, I forget how to do it by hand. Long
Yeah?
division. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess since I've just been
I tried
using
to do it.
calculators for so long, I just forget.
I tried
how
to do it the other day and I failed as well.
Yeah. I do. My wife is really good at math herself. Like she's an engineer. She was an engineer major in college, but she's just like a person who's like really good at like using like formulate, like making things formulaic in a way to solve them.
Equations and shit.
Yeah, like she sees
Exactly.
patterns well.
Yeah. No, I see patterns well. That's why I'm good at math. Like she actually does the work. Like she can actually see the problems.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like me, I'm like, I can get a vague idea of what something's gonna, like what the answer of something is gonna be, because I'm really good at pattern recognition and reapplying those patterns. Mm-hmm. But like she is just like computational. She's just making shit happen. So we stay pretty mathematically active.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You have like math competitions and shit.
I mean, I wouldn't call them competitions because I just try to do math with my heart.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm doing it for the love of the game, but
Right.
like she feels to be pretty satisfied when she beats me.
All right.
You know? It's
Oh
like-
wait, so you got hit by a car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get like? Wait a minute. Math?
Yeah. So I got hit by a car, and I was like a pretty. I was pushed into the street to get hit by the car, but still
my
like
ga-
good.
Wait. What do you think? Someone like on purpose pushed you?
It
Like,
was. He was like trying to like rev up a dog and then like have me get chased with him. It was like, and he was like, I wasn't the type to like easily like fall into getting chased. Like I had to see a real perceived threat,
Yeah.
right? And this dog was one of these dogs that would like run all the way up to the hedges and stop, and never came through the hedges.
Right.
So there's no way I was gonna run from this dog. So he was trying to like generate the excitement
Yeah.
and like push me to get me going, and he pushed me into the street and I was hit by a car. But the point is, like, I was a pretty aware kid. I was a pretty athletic kid. I wasn't a dumb kid, and I was crushed by a car. I was in the hospital for like 7 months.
Oh,
it was like a
shit.
bad accident. So one of the things that I'm very proud of humanity is like how many people like have arms and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
for how dumb people are.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I have all
Do you
my-
know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
it's like, how do I have 10 fingers and toes still?
I think about that all the time. I'm like, literally all of the appendages. I don't understand.
Dude,
Like, some days I wake up. I'm just like, I should have combusted. I should have combusted.
Yes.
I guess it's also crazy how much we take that for granted. Like I'll be pissed off about dumb shit and don't remember that I'm bipedal and that rules.
Dog, you could have been anything.
Yeah.
Like, you could have been anything. You could have been a praying mantis, which is a sick insect.
Yeah.
But, in the grand scheme of things, you're lucky.
Yeah.
You're lucky. It's like, yeah, so I guess I'm a very positive person because I appreciate all those things.
I was thinking about that on like a smaller scale. Like I was thinking about gut bacteria for some reason. And I was just like,
Spontaneous combustion may be the reason. Maybe you're trying to convince you.
Yeah.
Dude, what a weird hypochondria to have.
yeah, dude. I didn't know I was
oh, it's happening. I know it's happening. It's happening.
I was burping on the train. I'm like, oh no, is this a terroristic threat? I also saw a girl drop cotton candy on the train and then pick it up and eat it. I'm like, fuck yeah, America's back, dude.
Yes.
Her parents
That's
just
sick.
let her do that. I was like, oh.
She needs to combust.
Yeah,
That's a combustible situation.
Oh,
right
for
there.
sure.
That's a
Bacteria,
dirty
cotton
bomb.
candy.
That's a dirty bomb.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, I'm saying, like, the bacteria, like, I wonder if, like, I was thinking, like, maybe we're bacteria in someone else's stomach type of deal, type of thing. And we're
like kind of like there's like a whole galaxy on
yeah,
the tip
so
of your
I was
finger.
wondering, I'm like, is the bacteria in my stomach? Are they like, do they know that they're just in my stomach? Or they're like, yeah, life rules, kind of like an Osmosis Jones type of situation going down.
You don't for sure think humans are like a bacteria or
That's
a
what I was trying to
fungus?
think. I'm like, what,
for sure.
dude? That I think we are, but I'm just trying to think like we're just like the idea of what we're doing on a larger level. Just you can't see it, so it's hard to be like, what are we doing? Like, what is the like? If this was like a powerhouse cell, like, are we breaking down material for nutrients up for like a bigger power or something, or what's the deal with that?
I like to think that we're just a really small molecule inside of a Comanche. A fucking rule.
That would be the sickest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I actually had a crazy dream right before I woke up this morning about I was like joining hands with a bunch of people in space, and we were looking at the sun and Earth, and then a laser beam shot from Earth into the sun, and then the sun turned black, and then everything started exploding, and I wasn't nervous. Like I just felt like really good.
I had that
and then
dream.
I woke up. It was really weird. I don't know what it means, but apparently you never actually like see yourself die in dreams.
I've seen myself die in dreams plenty of times,
Really?
and I haven't woken up too. I just was dead the rest of the dream.
Damn.
I got up and was like, "There's my dead body. I'm gonna go chill over there."
I think what Rob is referring to is that you since we don't have a comprehension of death, we can't create what the feeling of death is in a dream.
True. Yeah.
So because we don't know what death would be. So we have things that we wake up from a dream and we feel like that the circumstances of that situation equal the emotional manifestation of death to me. Like that was death. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like if that the way Rob described his dream, like that some people would be like, yeah, and it was like I was at peace with death. You know, it was like that could very well be interpreted that way. But I'm not saying I'm not discrediting you. I mean you look like the type of dude that dies in dreams.
I've died in dreams, people pop.
Yeah.
What you say makes sense though, because it was like I died, but it wasn't like the feeling like it was like weird. Like I was just like in dream mode, so I'm like dead. Yeah. And I just kept dreaming.
I've been shot in dreams where like I'm like kind of dead for a second, then I get up, just walking with holes in me.
Some of it's weird when you die, like when you get shot in like a war dream or something, and then you like as you die, you wake up, you're just like that's not a great way to start the day. I just died in a different realm, and now I have to go to work.
Yeah, we were talking about this last episode. Like it's so weird to like if you go into work at 9 and you wake up at like 7, it's like. Like 2 hours ago, I was literally like fucking a dragon that also had a dick, and like you're so close to just like this insanity that was happening in your brain. And there's a theory that right when you wake up, you're the closest to your true self, and then as the day goes on, more real shit piles on you. Then you become this version of yourself that's more so in touch with like what the world is, but not who you really are. Which I think makes sense. I'm the most creative in the morning. That's when I write.
It's kind of like that is like a microcosm for life in general.
Yeah.
Right. Because like you're born and you're probably your neurons are like it's just condensed. Your everything is like condensed. So your neurons are condensed. So your brain is probably like the most powerful it will ever be. But yet you have no language skills. You have no motor skills. And you had no ability to communicate what's going on in your brain to anybody ever, and you likely won't remember it because you're moving away from that like perfect self into this thing that's a function of everything else in the environment. Like we're just constantly like getting away from that.
It's almost like you're making trades with other people's stuff, like other people's environment and their personalities and stuff rub off on you.
Yeah, is a lot of people go out super ego? Where it's like the judgments and everything in the world, like your consciousness of that, and then the id is like the more like emotional ego and stuff like that, like more like your true self, what you're really feeling. I think that's what I was just talking about in therapy. I think That's right. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very familiar with that. So the stuff of Freud that I studied the most were Freud's actually interpretation of dreams.
Okay.
Like I had a class on that. I wasn't a psychologist. I was an economics major, so I don't know. I personally, I mean, maybe you guys know better than me, but I know it's like id, ego, superego. That's the. I know that order sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I know that it is supposed to be, from what I remember, it's raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's your, I guess you're just operating in a survival mode, and you're just like whatever pleasure or need you need. That's all you want fulfilled, and then I know the super I know the super ego is supposed to be the best, right? That's like the last level of achievement.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Like I don't really know that stuff that well.
Yeah, my bad. I interrupted you, dude.
No, it's fine. I was just trying to think. I'm like, I took classes on this. So I just can't remember shit about it. Super ego just sounds like bad though, for some reason. I remember having a bad, like, it's not, because like, isn't the ego the thing, like trying, or the id is the bad guy? I guess.
I mean, well, yeah, the it is the thing that we're supposed to be moving away from. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily the bad guy, but like the actions of the id will have detrimental consequences in your life because it's selfish.
Right. Yeah. It's all like to whatever your selfish behaviors are responded by the id, I guess.
Yeah, I'm more of a chakra guy. You know, I'm like,
you do the chakra shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I do chakra shit, but it's like I'm more aware of chakras than I am the id, ego, or super ego.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
What you got, Rob?
So the superego incorporates the values and morals of society, which are learned from one's parents and others. It develops around the age of 3 to 5 years during the phallic stage.
Dude, just when you're just rock hard all day
Yes,
long.
dude.
Dude, your hardest.
That makes sense, dude.
Your
When
hardest time. That's when you became you.
Damn.
In your hardest time.
Yes.
Yeah. That explains a lot about males, I guess. Just like your intentions when you're hard.
Yeah,
Or
if
like
you're walking around hard, you're going to get some questions.
Yeah. I mean, that's
you're also going to get some answers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I miss getting emotional boners when I was young.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I used to get hard when I was happy. Like, not sexually. I was just like, soccer practice, yippee!
Yeah.
And just fucking ready to fuck.
You're kind of like, oh yeah, I can't wait to play soccer with all these. I don't know. I can't remember that. You know, I remember getting them when I didn't want them in school.
Well, yeah. That hasn't happened to me in a while, but it could be because I'm on the reg draining the sack.
Drain the sack, yeah.
I'm not pent up, so
Right.
maybe if I did a nope fab, I would be getting way more.
Just get harder for her to like, I can't wait for breakfast.
Yeah.
I was always happy to have a boner, man. I was never ashamed of my boners. I mean, I wasn't showing them off.
Right, that was,
You know what I mean?
I wasn't, I was just like chilling with
Yeah.
the boner. I'm like, I'm not gonna, they're like, you gotta go to the board. I'm like, no, trust me.
Dude, I was always at the border with a boner. I don't give a fuck, man.
Just
Yeah.
get up. Like,
Telling you,
ooh.
listen, I was like people were like, no, just put it in your waistband. And I did that one time. I was like, I don't like the way that feels.
I can't
Yeah.
do
I
that.
don't like that.
Dude, fuck this woke bullshit. You're actually more body positive than most people.
I
That's
think
the peak
so.
of body positivity.
Yeah.
Just hard at the board.
Dude, I was
Pattern
a
recognition while hard.
volunteer too. It's like, man, yeah.
Like, thank God this equation's so long. I can just stay up here all day while everyone stares at me while I'm hard.
Yeah,
That could be like some sort of fetish.
I think one time the teacher was like, "Does anybody want to come and solve this problem?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm hard. Yeah, I have
how you
a
raise your
hard
hand
dick
when you're
right
just-
now."
Yeah.
Everyone just
Sidney, you
lays-
have pre-cum. Do you want to answer this?
I also have post cum. Can I get the next question too?
How about you bust a math nut over for the class?
Some kid in my 8th grade class got caught jerking off in class. He was like under the table with his pants in his hand in his pants trying to get one off. It was like a combined. It wasn't just like different desks either. It was like a bunch of tables pushed together. So he was like across from me, and someone was like, "Yeah, he's jerking off." I was like, "Oh no, he's been sitting with me there all year."
Teacher, this guy rules.
Yeah. You never jerked off in school?
Not in the bathroom, like a
Yeah.
civilized human being. And maybe in class, maybe. I won't say for sure.
I remember in like
It was
right
actually
when
me.
I started jerking off, it was immediately my favorite thing. And I think like in like a lab closet when like everyone was like gone or something like that, I just ripped one real fast, just shot it into my jeans. And I was like, let's hit launch, baby. French bread pizza.
I shot blanks because I accidentally jerked off in second grade. I didn't really jerk off. I was watching porn or whatever, and I just humped my own arm. And
In second grade?
Yeah, I must have got the right rhythm because I didn't even know what an orgasm was.
Who was your porn connect back then?
It was
how'd
just
you get, how'd you get second grade porn? What is second grade porn?
It was just. I mean, I was just like I just saw like a nude online. It was like the first time I ever seen tits.
Oh man, it's so
like,
wild. I forget the era that I'm in right now.
Yeah. So
it's like I didn't have nudes online capability at second grade.
Right. Were you finding like mags?
Yeah, in the woods.
Yeah.
That was my that was my era.
If anything, I think you're better off for that. Dude, especially for kids now, just the shit they can find now.
And also, you kind of leave a weird trail of your Google searches. You're like, because the magazines, whatever's in the magazine is what you'll get to experience. Google, you're like, well, do they have something like this? And then you type in midget porn, and they're like, yeah, they do. And then you can find yourself going down weird holes. Yeah,
dude. And if you're a kid, you can look up your favorite Disney movie and find a porn for that.
Yeah, but typically, if you find typically the porn that's found in the woods has a pretty extensive collection.
Right.
It's typically some variety. So if you get in early.
Okay.
If you get to the milk crate early, you got your.
Is that what it was? It was just like
it was always in milk crates.
Yeah. I mean, we found all sorts of different boxes, which is like you can tell it was like, somebody was like ready to settle down and needed to get rid of the porn.
Just like a horny pirate.
Yeah, well, like
put it down like a dead dog.
A porny apple seed.
Taking
sprinkling porn all across town. That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah, I kind of want to start making my drawing porn and burying it.
That's the only humane way to get rid of porn. Like that's the only ethical way. I think the government requires you to get rid of porn. You know how you can't throw away batteries?
Yeah.
Yeah, you also can't throw away porn.
Yeah.
You have to take it to the
compost pile.
Well, one of my neighbors killed himself in his garage or whatever, and he they threw
or whatever.
What's that? Yeah,
he went to the mall. I don't know.
You think this is an or whatever story?
Or whatever. He's in his garage. He killed himself. No big deal.
Okay.
That
was your first or whatever this whole entire conversation.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
Okay.
Killing yourself's whatever. That's how I feel about it. But he fucking does it. And
I don't want to get into the politics of killing people.
I mean, that's not what's important in the story. The important part is that when he died, they put all this stuff that they found in his house, like out in for bulk trash or whatever. And he had probably 3 crates, stacked on top of each other, and 3 of those just all out for trash, all filled with porn.
Sick.
And now I wish I didn't even think to bring him in the woods and bury him for later. I was just like, internet.
Oh, you don't bury him, dude. You just drop the crate and move on, like nothing ever happened.
It's like a care package.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just wipe that one tear from your eye and just head out the woods, dude.
Yeah. Be free. It's like,
damn.
You gotta get. Can't you see I don't love you anymore?
Yeah, I hate you, okay?
Nobody ever liked you.
As you're getting harder and harder, you're like, I don't even like you anymore.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I started watching porn on the internet when I first found it. And that was crazy.
So how?
But it was always really small clips. I would go on Bang Bros, and it was just trailers.
Right.
Like Pornhub and stuff wasn't huge where you could watch a whole movie. But I didn't get to the point where I can develop a fetish when I was in middle school. I feel like middle schoolers have fetishes now.
I can only come if
crazy.
if I'm boofing a jewel while jerking off to midget porn. I don't know why I keep referring to midget porn. I don't watch that. More cartoon porn. I've been checking out the cartoon porn.
I mean,
they're getting good at it.
The midgets do got them dump trucks though.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's I was a sexually active little kid. I grew up in what would be considered the hood, so things happen early in those types of environments. And had my good friend. He wasn't my best friend. He was just a friend. Actually, I hung out with him. Nobody liked him, and but he had hot sisters and a Sega. So I was like, I'll fucking hang out with you. He lived right across the street, and one of his hot sisters used to had me sit on the couch with her, and I was like 8 or 9, and she was in high school.
Ooh.
And she would sit on the couch with me and like play with my dick and stuff.
Ooh.
And then one time she let me touch her pussy. Am I allowed to say pussy on this show?
Yeah.
Yeah. One time she let me touch her heaven box.
Oh,
And
you can't say that either.
dude, it was like, that's the one you can't say. No, it's but it's like this is gonna sound weird and cliche, but I love touching pussies.
Yeah.
It's like
Silk.
I just like looking at them, seeing them. You know, it's like I have a pussy fetish. Where it's-
So
Fucking
okay.
perv, dude.
All right. So tits, ass, pussy. What's your lineup of best to worst,
I mean, so I don't even
or best to like not as best because they all rule? But
like as far as sexually concerned, it's got to be definitely the pussy, because like, you know, I'm athletic, like I can appreciate like the aesthetics of a nice butt, but mostly it's like, man, good for you. Like you can move. Like good butts are like, they're athletic.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, tits are I can take them or leave them. I'm good.
okay.
But you got a rock solid pussy.
True.
Like a fucking rock hard pussy. You
Like
gotta-
tits,
Yes.
tits at some
Yeah,
point
like
can work against them. Work against, like, if you have nice tits and then they don't look as they they go with age, so tits can work against you in that category.
Yeah.
But pussy.
Yeah, I pick my fetishes for the long haul. When I was like in middle school and they were handing out fetishes, I was like, I want some with some longevity. Like,
Yeah.
give me some longevity for this fetish.
That's smart.
Yeah, I think for a while I was a tits guy, and then became an ass guy, because I think tits are just cool aesthetically. Ass has a little more practical use. Like for doggy style, like it just feels better. Like I like just a squishy butt, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the flat back and forth.
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. I mean, I've been in a relationship for a long time, but I'm like at this age, I just feel like I'm just like, is she charming? I don't even
Yeah.
need her to be hot. It's like, are you charming? Can you make me laugh? Can you
I wanna
command
be
a
wooed.
presence? You know, it's
Yeah.
The
dude,
mental's huge.
I mean, I just feel like so many women suck nowadays. It was like, because that's what the fucking Me Too movement was. Women were like, it's too much pressure to have a personality, and it's like, all right, fuck it, you don't have to have one.
Yeah.
Like, don't build up a charming like character. Just go ahead, be all the things we hate about women all the time.
Right, but as long as you got those tits and ass, it will come a calling. That's
Dude,
what I think. What is, you build a tolerance for like that type of shit. Though, like once you go to somebody that's got a that is a charming personality essence to them,
Yeah.
you start to be like, oh, now I need that in order to withhold a relationship or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, listen. It's like I don't know if I'm vain or not, but I just know I've always surrounded myself around the types of chicks that I was attracted to. Like, I didn't really find myself around chicks that I'm not attracted to, which like I was never really good at like hitting on. I was if I was ever just trying to fuck, and it's like, oh, she might be down to fuck. Like she's not really what I would typically go for, but she'd probably fuck me. I was never good at them. Like I can only fuck chicks that I found hot. Like that. I had no luck with chicks I wasn't attracted to.
Yeah, and I guess that's the way it should be.
I think that's fair.
Like I keep getting laid by accident. It's like, or like get
Yeah.
laid by the people I don't want to be.
Well, I found that going on the internet less has helped me personally, because most of the people I see are just shitty for the most part, and that they resemble both dudes and chicks that I hate. And then I realized the chicks that are cool aren't on there. So like, and I guess that's with anything with the cancel culture shit. Like even if it's like 18,000 tweets saying fuck this dude, there's 300 million people in the US.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess like the cool people, you just got to meet them the old fashioned way.
Yeah, my wife never posts on Facebook.
Fuck yeah. I think that's an important thing to look for.
Yeah, like she just likes things, you know. Like every now and again, like she'll comment on something, but it's like positive, like something supportive, and it just blows my mind. It's like, how do you not have a need for people to hear your opinion right now?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
right now. You know, like,
Yeah,
now.
it's-
Now.
How do they
It's
not?
so tight.
Whether did they? They get you, because that's what I'm like. I need to put something out so people get me a little bit more. You gotta get got, dude.
Yeah. I think if I wasn't like pursuing something like this comedy, I would be on way less.
I say it all the time
because
that
it stresses me out.
Yeah, I say it all the time that the only reason I'm on it is because of that. But also, I'm on it a lot, not because of it, but because it's there. And also, they do a good job of drawing you in. Like you see a little red thing that says like nine notifications. So it is like there is an addiction level to it that I've been trying to cut. You just stop responding to that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're watching the degradation of human consciousness. It's kind of weird.
It's scary
right?
a little bit.
It's terrifying. Yeah. Because you have like we used to be like a fairly smart culture, and we used to know things, and we used to apply actual science and like come up with solutions and innovations, and we were creative. And it's like we're in the prequel to the movie Idiocracy right now.
Yeah. Well, I think what this is too is like it's highlighted how actually simple we are.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it was actually way too easy to get us like this so quickly. Like dude, it happened so quickly, dude.
But that's my wife and I were just talking about this recently. It's like we were never not like that. It was always just under the surface. We were just waiting for a reason to be allowed to be like that.
Yeah.
Because like we're like every human has the potential for good or bad. For respecting consent or me tooing. Like that could be any of us at any moment. So we were just all like. It was just all just bursting on the surface. Like it was like people just like eventually, man, we're gonna get everybody in trouble.
Yeah,
like everybody is like having fun and like fingering each other right now. We're gonna fuck their lives up.
Yeah, look out, dude, before you combust. You're fucking done. It is funny though, because I don't know what it is, but recently it seems like a lot more people are getting canceled way quicker, and I'm just like, dude, when are we gonna get to the point where it's not as shocking to just see a headline like human being did something fucked up?
Yeah.
Like, is that like so shocking to people? It's insane.
The pendulum's starting to swing in a weird way because a cop down south somewhere, I think it was Florida, he got fired because his on-duty body cam caught him using the N-word. It was a black cop. And he... Oh. Yeah. The pendulum's swinging. The pendulum is swinging back now.
Was it a hard R?
It might have been. It might have been, but it's like
I feel like he still should be fine said. Right?
You know what I mean? It's like either way. It's like what are we doing now?
I guess he doing. No, it's got a beat behind that.
I think what it is now if you're a cop, you're white.
Yeah, which is like
even if you're black.
I'm a big fan of the all or nothing thing. Anyway, it's either a racial slur or it's not. Like we don't. No other racial slur gets said in all popular music, right? Right. So it's either a racial slur or it's not. Now, if this is a word that you're going to be using with your homeboys. And the only stipulation for it being a racial slur is that a non-you says it, then that's not a racial slur. That's not how racial slurs work.
Well, I was actually...
It definitely shouldn't be how they were. I mean, that's kind of like how the idea is, but you're right.
But that's the degradation of human consciousness.
Yeah.
Now that is how racial slurs work, right?
Yeah, it's so crazy. But how do you like draw people out of that, like the regularness of like it being that, like that's the way we view it? How do you draw, like, I guess it's been, I mean, how many times have people had this type of conversation where it's still the same though?
You know what I think it might be? You know that scene in The Office where they're doing that improv scene where everyone is just pointing the imaginary gun at each other, just like,
yeah.
I think it's going to have to be like that where everyone's like, oh, we're all going to get got. But I feel like a lot of people, I would say especially Gen Z right now, doesn't realize that. Because the easiest way to get someone to not look at the skeletons in your closet is to be like, yo, look at that dude's closet.
Yeah. Dude, I just ignore it all. I'm like, fuck it. I'm above this. Yeah. I don't care. It's like, I'm not an evil person. I'm not out there, I don't have malicious intent. And I'm not going to act like somebody's opinion of my actions matters if their opinion gets to be formed by some irrational set of rules. It's like, I'm not going to give that any credence.
Yeah, because then you're just giving them because they want to have that fight with you.
Yeah, fuck that.
So then if they want that fight, if you give it to them, then they're gonna go. It's like giving heroin to a heroin addict. They're gonna.
There's a chick in this world that is if as far as cancel culture is concerned, there's a chick in this world sitting on a fucking landmine for me. But it's like I'm not sweating it. Yeah. I give no fucks. Like she's not that type of person. She's like I pulled a dick out in a car on a date prematurely.
That happens,
dude. It's like happens to the best of us, right? It was embarrassing. I never did it again. Yeah. It was. But it's like I gotta walk around worried about that.
Yeah,
like I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not living that life.
No, that used to be the move, and also when you did it, it probably like now look at when you're like, yeah, that's probably not the move anymore.
Yeah.
you're not allowed to make like it's almost like they take away like no, let me just make a mistake real quick. I know like as long as it's not like you're obviously trying to fucking like, hey fucking you're checking my dick like that's different than someone be like I was trying to make a move and then it didn't work. I read the room wrong. It happens.
Yeah. Well, you gotta give.
and trust me, no one's gonna learn that lesson. It's gonna be they're like you would need to learn the lessons. Like sometimes you learn the lesson on your own. You don't need somebody else like rubbing your face in the shit you did. Just be like, I fucked up. I know. Thank you.
But like, I don't mean to cut you off, Rob, but like going back to the pendulum example, if you don't start learning those lessons early on in life, and you're like exempt from all those lessons and the embarrassment and the consequences and the fallout and all that stuff, you're going to get to a point later on in life where you're going to make a much worse infraction.
Yeah.
You'll actually cause some damage because you don't even understand what causing damage is to a person.
Right. And I think a lot of people are scared because they want more and they're afraid of not getting more. Or at least that's kind of how I've been thinking about it. More? So a theory I've been coming up with recently is like, when you eat and you get full, if you keep eating, that's how you get obese.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of it the same way emotionally. Like I have to realize when I'm full. And if I keep wanting to go after I'm full, then I'm going to become emotionally obese. So like I'm trying to like look at that like great friends, great family, sick place. Like I love doing comedy. I'm like, I'm full. Everything else is dessert, but I'm full. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And no matter what happens, like that's all right because I'm already full. Like I'm trying to look at it that way.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Instead of keep wanting the more, then you get like, you could just like, I think you turn the energy outwards at a certain point. Your emotion, like instead of like accepting all these good emotions, at a certain point, then you can put them outwards to and like I have leftovers. You want to take like a bite of this emotion?
Yeah. That's like a weird. So like comedy kind of develops that way because like when you first start off comedy, like you're kind of like this weird id thing, and you have to like the first time you get kind of good is when you learn how to stop caring what the audience thinks.
Yeah, that's
the first time you get good.
That's true.
The next leap is from when. Okay, so you again, first leap is you stop thinking about what the audience is going to expect. The second leap is you start doing it for you. And then the third leap, I don't know what, I just know there is a third leap. I'm not saying it.
Is off the building.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the last one. This is just the one that I'm at, right?
Yeah.
Is where you start doing comedy for the people.
Right.
Like, you're not in a way where you're like, oh, are they going to like this? But it's like, I just want to make these people laugh. Mm-hmm. Like they're coming to me, they're trusting me with their time. I'm gonna make sure they value that, And that's like, I think that like I've recently been going through that, and I feel like it's elevated.
That's something that.
Also, too, do you mind scooching this way just a little bit?
Yeah.
Just make sure it's fair.
There is.
Thanks.
You're absolutely right though, because like when you go and watch somebody perform, like I saw you last Tuesday, you could you pick as an audience member, you pick up on that genuineness. I mean, like, listen, I'm saying what because it's the perfect mixture of the three things you just talked about. It's like I'm here doing me. I'm saying what I want to say. Also, I want to make you guys laugh, and also at the same time, if it doesn't, I don't really give a shit. Like that. That's the killer combo. Because if you have insecurity, if you don't think yourself's funny, now the audience is nervous. If you don't care that they laugh, they think you're a dick. It's like all those three things need to combine in order for you to like really. And they just keep piling on, and you just become a stronger comedian.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of so you get more leeway, like especially when you're given to people, right? Mm-hmm. When you're giving of yourself to people, you're not really thinking about your insecurities, right? So you can fuck up here or there. You're not really thinking about that because it's not about you. It's not about like you having this perfect presentation and you doing like fulfilling your desires to see yourself doing this exactly the way you want to see yourself doing it. Right, because the goal is now this person, right? So then now you're sharing your insecurities instead of having them, right? So it's like I've been finding a lot of being on stage is a lot different lately than it has been.
You think post pandemic too? Because I feel like a lot of the world became more caring. like when people go out, they appreciate it more, and there's more like it's more like instead of like another night out, it's more like there's more on the line a little bit. So like people are like actually more involved in the show instead of just like 'cause usually you get a bunch of drunk assholes. Now it seems like there's a little bit more of like a connection between the artist and
everyone who's there really wants to be there.
right.
But that's a good point, right? I will say this: I felt like I felt like what I'm explaining is something that I was starting to see before the pandemic.
Okay.
And like I didn't really stop doing stand up completely throughout the pandemic either. So I was able to kind of see that progress, and even like Zoom shows. It was just I dreaded doing a Zoom show for the longest time, and I was like, I'm not going to do a free Zoom show. Like, I don't want to do them at all, because like I was convincing myself that I needed that connection, right? And the connection, like that connection is something you need when you're doing comedy for you, like that in-person electricity that you feel. But when you're doing comedy for them, there is a connection no matter the distance, because that connection, like you're connected to, you're giving to humanity, so you're connected to that network.
Right.
I think you're just on a different wavelength when you are, it's like you're in the zone differently.
Right. And I like the way you described it, like the order too, like doing it for you, then them, because it really is that kind of thing where, if a plane's going down, you got to put on your oxygen mask before you put on like your kids.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just like, I'm now just laughing at the idea of like the plane's going down and you put on your mask. You're like, all right, where's everybody from?
Dating's weird.
Just bring out a microphone. Just like,
where do you work? What do you do, sir?
how about this airline food, man?
Veterans.
Give it up for the troops. Give it up for the troops.
Start doing some crowd work. Taking off their mask. This guy gets it.
But I've been finding that I think there's just something that for me it just took a long way for me to get to this point. I feel like a lot of people who come through a similar process that I came through in life kind of come to that sooner, but it's kind of starting to hit me now, and I like it.
Yeah. I think that's.
And how long have you been doing it for?
I think like 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy how long it takes to be yourself, like on stage at least.
Well, you have all this hesitation because you're like, when you're like, I'm going to bring myself, that means you're also bringing up all of your shortcomings and all of your insecurities. And like when you're trying to create this ideal archetype on stage, where do your shortcomings and insecurities have a place there, really? Unless you can contextualize it in a joke that also makes you look good at the same time.
Right.
So it's like what it means to be yourself. It's just hard to understand that when you first start.
Yeah.
Cause
There's an embarrassment that comes along with you, like waiting, like this is where I intended the funny to be, instead of going up there and being natural and finding the funny and then they're like kind of playing with the audience that way. You go into it like you're like, this is where they'll probably end up laughing, and there's something super embarrassing about them not laughing when you thought, and you're like, okay. And that's kind of like one of those things that you'll see a lot with somebody who's more in it for themselves than the audience.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like when you give medicine to your dog, like you got to wrap the pill in cheese.
Yeah.
Like, all right, inside is me, but I'm doing it like in a way that works for you too.
Well, I mean, that is largely what you were doing when you first start. You were trying to trick people for their attention.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, I feel like I'm at a point where it's like, even though I'm not like going into the audience and talking to everybody individually, I feel like I am giving them as an audience attention. Yeah. And they are respecting me and giving it back to me. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, so the first thing that I'm doing when I get up there is I'm just trying to have a vibe of giving. Like, I'm just like, dude, I fucking love you. I don't care how this goes. I was going to love humanity anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I find it hard to like have a truly bad bomb with that type of mentality going on stage.
And it's like I've had like things not going well, and then turned the set halfway around, like turn the set around halfway through, where now I'm having like one of the best sets of my life, where it's like I cannot believe I'm performing at this level.
Stuck in the pocket,
But it's like, oh, I never wasn't performing at this level. We just caught up with each other.
Yeah.
It's just like I just wasn't saying funny stuff. That's all it was. Yeah. It's like they were so interested in me. It's like, but when so like when you are like doing it for you, if you tell a joke that doesn't work, you immediately get upset at the audience because like they did something wrong.
Right. Yeah. It's like, I heard people laugh at this before. Why aren't you? This is your guys' fault.
Dude, my whole crowd work changed when I decided to do it like I would. Because I think I watched too many videos of like comedian destroys heckler. Yeah. And like I was trying to be that dude. And then I like at one point I was like, all right, if I'm like nervous, I'm going to lean into that. Mm-hmm. If I'm like surprised, I'm going to lean into that. And then it always went better every single time. Like a dude like yelled out one time and he was just hammered. And like sincerely, I was like, sir, you're freaking me out. Yeah. And then just like went with that. And I kind of realized like you win the situation by still entertaining them, not by like owning them necessarily.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big flow state guy. I mean, I was an athlete before all this stuff. So I'm all about channeling the flow state. And one of the things that you have to make sure of is that you're not doing more than one thing at once when you're trying to achieve a goal. So if you're doing crowd work in a situation, you can't also be trying to do what other crowd work comedians do and also deal with this situation. There's too many dimensions that you're trying to solve in one problem. It's like you're trying to solve multiple Rubik's Cubes at the same time. Yeah. It's like, dude, put one down.
Yeah.
You know, like just do the one. You know, you'll have a better result. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you're not judging yourself. I think the flow state.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, see, here's the thing. It's like, what do you consider to be judging? Like, how would you define whether something goes from when something goes from observation to judgment?
In the context of crowd work, if someone says something, I'm like, what's brilliant to say here? And then like I'm like trying to like think of like analogies and wordplay and stuff like that, and I'm not like observing anything. Okay, so
as far as the flow state is concerned. So, and you see this with athletes too. One of the things that makes it difficult to stay in the flow state is that it's on autopilot. You're not necessarily controlling the wheels. Like you'll be in a situation, like say Barry Sanders. You know what I mean? Like he's reacting to instinct in the moments. Like his goal is to constantly put myself in the open space. Like he has one goal. That's his one goal. He's not doing multiple things at once. And because he has that one goal, his body just takes him where it needs to go. Now, if he was like, all right, he's going this way, so I need to go this way to make him go that way, and then that's too much. So what if he doesn't react to the one way you thought that he was going to react? Now you pause for a second.
Yeah, you know? And I guess that's a testament to preparation too. So you can be in a flow state. So it's more like it's Karate Kid, where you're doing the wax on, wax off, and then all of a sudden you're like, what?
Yeah, it's muscle memory because like in a sports setting, like. He's faced how many times have he seen somebody have that same body language coming to tackle him, so that now he's aware of like if he goes this is where I can go, but you don't even think that because you're just like it's so involved in you, like you've done it so many times, and that's why it's like one of the things that's important to get on stage a bunch, but not necessarily as much as some people grind it out. Like you're just putting your head in the grinder itself, and it's not really helping, but.
Yeah, sometimes it becomes diminishing returns in certain aspects. Like in the sense where like I'll see someone who's doing a bit that's not working a million times. And I think sometimes people will hear advice like just grind. But also, yes, grind, but also grind in the right direction.
Sand with the grain.
It's hard to figure out how to apply all that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's like, especially a lot of people don't really like, again, I feel like I was lucky because I was raised, I grew up in Pottstown, Pennsylvania at a time where we produced professional athletes. So I grew up in basically an athlete creation like factory. So I got to see a lot of things applied in the world, like with consequences that a lot of people just don't get. You know, so when you get to a situation like this, and even me with the experience of knowing how to get good at something, because that's like when you do a sport for a long enough time, the one thing that you know that you're able to take away from that is now you know how to get good at something. Now you know the work and dedication and focus that it takes to get good at something. So you can go apply that to somewhere else, right? So, but you don't quite know how to apply what where Like there's no rules necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, like because like comedy is an subjective thing, and like what it is that's gonna make you a good comedian might not be the same thing that makes me a good comedian. I'm like when I first started out, I was like, you know, like overly prepared, writing down jokes. Like I would tell, like I had so the way my notebook was set up is I would like come up with jokes and then go tell them at open mic and write the jokes down that I was telling. Then under that, I would write each joke and then a paragraph about how that joke did. You know, like what, like everywhere that I felt something, where I didn't feel something, like the different connections that I felt, and I feel like that helped me kind of dissect like what it was that I was going for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like and like, but I mean, I'm not saying like, dude, I'm not gonna tell everybody they have to do that. Like my friend Tanner, who I was coming up with when I was in Atlanta. So that's like we were both kind of like getting a lot of like high praise at that time, and I was doing it that way. He never wrote anything down ever.
Yeah.
You know,
That's funny. That's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah, I don't really like to write anything.
Yeah,
down.
But yeah,
now,
it's all that works for you.
Now he's at a point where he's like writing. He's trying to write a novel. Like he doesn't do stand up anymore. He like, but he is trying to get a lot. He's still trying to achieve goals in the world of creation, right?
Right.
So what he's learning now is that he has to start learning how to outline and write things down and actually have a plan. And what he's finding, because he keeps saying, like every time I talk to him, he's like, "Man, I wish I was doing this with my stand up." Like it would just made things so much easier. Because like he didn't really like to do crowd work back then, and the reason why he didn't like to do crowd work is because he wasn't ever really prepared on stage. He didn't know what he was going to say next. So then he was get on a roll. Mm-hmm. Now he's starting to line up what he's going to say. Like crowd work happens. That's an interruption.
Yeah.
Like now he has to figure out where the fuck he was going before.
Yeah.
He has no clue.
I found out like once I had like a set that I was like comfortable with, crowd like dealing with like a heckler or something became so much easier just because like I know what I'm planning on saying, and if they're talking, there's a way for me to talk about it into the and make it a discussion. And I have like trapdoors set with this material, so come down the hallway if you want. And it's so much easier instead of being like, I don't even know how this bit, like how I deliver this yet, and someone throws a stick while you're skating and you just fucking trip up, and they end up making you look like an idiot.
Yeah, and if that's how you write, that's got to be so annoying. Like if I was just writing on my laptop and then someone barges into my room and they're like, "You're gay," I'd be like, "God damn it!" Right when I was getting somewhere,
just pour it all. Yeah, you're gay. And then pour a glass of water on your laptop.
That's what happens in my house. Like I'll be writing and my wife will come in. "Are you doing art?" Like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing art. Comedy's not art.
I'm jerking off. I'm doing manly shit.
Well, that's a fun thing to see too, because I feel like comedy's one of those art forms where you do get non-traditional artsy types doing it.
Yeah. I'm a non-traditional artsy type. Like you wouldn't know it to look at me, but as far as comedy is concerned, I am very gay.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the gayest people you know about stand-up comedy. Like I take it very seriously. It is an art to me. It is my form of self-expression, and it's like it means so much to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
You might be the first comedian I've ever heard someone say like comedy's an art and not have to be like, like dude, like that's the confidence.
Again, I come from the world of athletics, where if I say this is what I want, I'll put it out there.
So did
and
you
I don't give a fuck.
Did you play football?
You know, no, I was a track. I played football for a little bit, but football wasn't my sport.
Was a track. I remember maybe in track too, but the saying was always like if you're gonna fuck up, just do it 100%. Even like no matter what you're doing, just keep doing it at 100%.
Well, the thing is, like, if you don't want to win, get off the track.
Right. Yeah.
Don't get on the track trying to convince you. Well, I don't even want to win. I'm just out here just to run. It's like you know you want to win. You just don't want to deal with the agony of defeat.
Yeah.
I deal with the agony of defeat.
Right.
I embrace it wholeheartedly. I don't back away from that. Like I take that. I smear it all over my body. I fucking go outside. I let the crows pick out my eyes and shit. I don't give a fuck because I know I'm going to come back stronger.
Yeah, you fail Comanche style.
Hell yeah.
See, that's healthy. And also that proves that you're not lazy, because I think like sometimes I just want to, like, I get in my head, I'm just like, just be good at it already. And instead of like facing the things that you have to face, you can make excuses for yourself of why you could still remain comfortable in your little thing instead of progressing.
Yeah, I'm definitely lazy. I'm just like lazy at a different point.
Well, you're smart about your laziness then.
Not exactly. Like, I mean, you know, it's like, how do I say it without, whatever, I don't give a fuck. So I should be, based off of how talented I am as a stand-up comedian, my career, I should be much further along, right? I should be much more known
17
for what I
years.
do.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you got the talent and stuff. I've seen.
Yeah, so it's like, it really comes down, for me, it comes down to a level
You
of
shouldn't
like,
be doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
well,
we got you.
You know, I saw that Chris O'Connor did it, and I was like,
Hell yeah.
I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Chris O'Connor. But you know what I mean? It's like that comes down because I have a hard time dealing with people. Like I don't like to deal with you know, like I would never treat anybody disrespectfully. I would never try to make somebody kiss my ass because I had power over them. So I sometimes struggle to deal with people that are like that because again, in sports, you can't deny me. If I'm better, I got the marks. I won the event.
Right.
You can't be like, well, my son, you know, fuck your son. I was faster. You know, I crossed the finish line first.
Right.
We can't. There's no dispute.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So in comedy, you know, it's all dispute.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I got excommunicated from the comedy scene like a while ago, like right at the precipice of cancel culture because all the dudes were starting to be like, I'm a male feminist. I'm a male feminist, and like it was like if you're an ally, you would say you're a male feminist, and I wasn't saying that. I wasn't going on Philadelphia Comedy Network saying that horseshit or anything, even on my own page. And then people started calling me out. I was like, I noticed that you haven't put up that you're a male feminist. It's like I'm fucking not.
Yeah, it's like I'm not playing Simon Says.
Yeah, it's like my wife doesn't require that of me, so you go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And it's also like I'm not your definition of it. That's the thing.
My whole thing is like if I say I'm a male feminist, like I'm a good guy. I'm an honest guy. I'm an honorable dude. I'm not out there taking advantage of people. You know what I mean? Like listen, I have my faults. I don't think that I'm a perfect person by any means, but I'm better than most. Right?
Yeah.
So if I say that I'm a male feminist, now everybody that says that gets to have my mantle up there. Right. So now all these shady dudes who are using it to just like slide in undetected, they're doing it because of how good I am if I say I'm a male feminist. Right? So I'm not a male feminist. I'm a good guy. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also...
Fuck that, dude.
I hate girls. Stink. No, but I've seen it happen like a dude. There's a comedian that was like... He wasn't like... anti-feminist or whatever, but he definitely wasn't as like big as a feminist as he became. Like just like all the shit he posts is just like, I can't believe girls have to worry about this. Like you're the guy that was why they probably started this movement, and then you're just hopping on the other side wearing their jersey and pretending like you weren't the issue to begin with.
Dude, I watched all that shit happen, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, I'm so glad I never stopped talking shit on women.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? I never stopped talking shit on anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, I just never. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
We talk about this all the time, dude.
Yeah.
That you talk shit on women. No.
Yeah. I mean, they try to make it my thing a little bit on the comedy scene, but it was like, it is what it is. But even then, I was like, I'm not kowtowing to this. If you guys want to try to say that I'm sexist, enjoy that. You know.
Well, yeah, and I think there's something to the just being you the whole time. Like this is what like we talk about all the time. Where it's setting the expectation early, like because if you're a contradiction, that's the worst thing that could happen to you. Like if Steve-O from Jackass took a shit outside of my building right now and it got filmed, wouldn't it be a huge deal? If Hillary Clinton did it, fucking worldwide news.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't that from the beginning. So I think
Hillary Clinton joins Jackass. I would fucking love that, dude. She should consider
it's like
that.
Hillary Clinton going down a hill in a fucking grocery cart, just like
she bombs Syria. You just hear.
Hi, my name's Hillary Clinton. Welcome to Jackass, and then just her pressing the button to bomb Syria. On this week's episode of Jackass, I fucking kill civilians in Syria.
But yeah, man. And then like you'll have those Jimmy Kilstein dudes who were super feministy, and then they got eaten, and then they went on the other side, which is hard to see.
I don't trust that. I don't trust any label that you get merit from identifying as. Like if you don't earn it, and I don't fucking trust it. Like if you can say you're a male feminist, and then I have to say you're a good guy, I don't trust that you're a good guy.
Isn't that like one of the things is like it should like in storytelling. So the same way your life is a story, show don't tell. So if it's you have to tell a bunch of people that then that means you're not really showing it. So that means you're probably just fucking trying to hide that part of yourself.
I mean that is true. There's also those small percentages of time where that's not true. Like I like to brag that I'm a fucking dominant athlete, right? Yeah. And people want to believe that because I brag about it so much that I'm not. Dude, it is. I am such a dominant athlete. It's hilarious. Dude, it is so fun. I am so fast. I am so explosive.
You know what's funny?
I have ridiculous stamina.
I've said this.
Don't mention explosive around here.
I just dude, I wouldn't even be mad if I fucking busted at the end of this episode. Just like, all right, that's been the episode. Boom! Just like, you gotta put that.
And I'd be like, I still don't think it's from stomach acid. There's still no way to prove it's from stomach acid.
It's like you're just covered in like my mind's like that could have still been the fire. I don't know. There could have been. There's an explanation for that. There's always an explanation for everything.
I mean, we are filled with like constant electrical impulses.
Yeah. So they said, it was like, what's that? What kind of gas do we produce?
Methane.
Yeah. So a mixture of that and.
We also fire neurons all throughout our body more than we thought that we did. We have a layer of an organ that they discovered like 2 or 3 years ago. It's called the interstitial. It's between the skin and the fat, and it has neurons in it.
Why did I hear more about fucking Pluto than that? That seems pretty wild.
Dude, you gotta subscribe to the right science mags, dude.
I can't. All of them
the
are
alt-right science
They all
mags.
lie to me. They're like, you're gonna blow up. I'm like, shit.
This is the crazy shit. This is why it bothers me that people are bastardizing science. I fucking love science. Yeah. I've been following science since college. Like science is huge to me. Like, and then all of a sudden, science isn't real anymore.
Yeah,
it just happened like in the blink of an eye.
Is science canceled?
So there's a video of Dr. Fauci like way before the pandemic ever started, of him talking about asymptomatic spreaders, right? And he's talking about how like, listen, asymptomatic people don't contribute to a pandemic. It was years ago before this pandemic was politicized.
Yeah.
Right.
That was real science.
Because now it's the exact opposite, right?
We shut down the whole world because of asymptomatic spreaders.
Wasn't he saying the opposite of what he said back then?
Basically. But he even said that when this pandemic started, but then they were like, dude, you're just sucking Trump's dick. And he was like, never mind.
Yes.
You know, like the asymptomatic bad, but that was based off of all the information they had on pandemics historically throughout time.
Yeah.
Asymptomatic people don't spread it. It's like going back to the Black Plague.
Yeah.
It's like asymptomatic people don't spread that. But now, because it's politicized, so like, what the fuck is happening?
People are scared, dude.
Dude, it's wild,
People
man.
are scared.
But
That's why I fucks with like your crew, because you guys don't seem that scared, which rules.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know, but why is it?
So we were all like, so a lot of us are ex-athletes. You know, we just approach things differently. You know, we believe in the power of ourselves. You know, like we're not relying on other people to tell us that we're good and stuff like that. But the biggest thing that happened is that like when Shane was getting canceled by SNL and shit, like I was going through a cancellation process. Six was going through a cancellation, like on a much smaller scale.
Trickle down.
Yeah, no, not even through that. Yeah. But it was just like on a much smaller scale, like in the comedy scene. Like before that even happened, like I was getting canceled before that even happened.
Yeah.
You know, like they were like writing, like they fucking wrote lie posts about me, like being aggressive towards a woman and shit. And like hundreds of people were like, I'm on your, like coming on the post. I'm on
does this have anything to do? I think I saw a YouTube video of you and somebody wrestling. Or doing some jiu-jitsu.
I gave Rick Rowboat in the business.
Yeah, dude, I watched that.
Was that like one of the dudes who's like fighting
shit?
Well,
so he was trying to be the champion for the people that were trying to cancel.
That's what it seemed like.
Gotcha.
Right? And it was like, dude, you don't even know what the fuck they're lying. You want to be their champion and they're lying. And the other thing it was like, because he tried to fight me at Raven. And I was like, I'm not going to fight you inside Raven. And like, you know, I'm friends with the owner here.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm not going to put that on him and have to deal with all that shit.
Yeah.
So we went to the alley. And it was just like, Rick. So the reason why we didn't fight in the alley is I said to him, look, you're drunk. And if we fight now, I promise you I'm going to fuck you up, right? Yeah. But then you're going to tell yourself that it happened because you were drunk, right? Yeah. So that means this isn't going to end for us, and I'm going to have to fuck you up every time I see you drunk. right? And I don't want that to happen,
Yeah.
right? So I was like, how about I'll meet you tomorrow somewhere, and if you want to fight, we'll fight. And then I came up with the idea to film it and like do that thing.
Well, that way there can be a no dispute of the lot. Added lies to you. He said that, then you go beat him up. And be like, no, take us. Like you taping it definitely like you guys both stated.
It definitely helped, right?
Yeah.
But also too, it was like I was also about to start like a web series where basically I did that. Like I went to all the people that had a beef with me, and then like we would hash it out, and then like we would compete at whatever you think you're good at.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
you know what I mean? Dude,
Yeah.
I am first of all
Competitive.
dude, I am good at so much shit. Right?
It's like crazy
It
stuff.
is because that's like I didn't really have.
That's
friends
the main pattern you've recognized.
Yeah, dude,
I'm good at shit.
I would challenge
Yeah.
you to a backwards racing competition. Can you run fast backwards?
whatever it is, dude.
bad thing.
Whatever it is, you make it up. I am world class at it.
All right.
Like on the spot. Like I've been doing drills my whole entire life for like all sorts of things. Like that was one of my big hobbies, like learning new like footworks or learning new like hand-eye coordination stuff and just like doing drills for anything. I can do everything.
All right.
So it was so basically my whole point to him was like, listen, you're sacrificing your body for these fuckers who are lying.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see how wrong you were to do that because I am going to fuck you up. You know,
Yeah.
it's like he'd done some jujitsu, but it's like, dude, you were a person that did some jujitsu. I've been being trained by high level trainers since like 5
Yeah.
to be, you know, to be a physical specimen. You're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind.
Did it heal anything between you when it was all
did,
said and
man.
done?
Like when you fight somebody and like I don't care, like even if you're the person that dominated that person, like just the fact that like he had the balls, like it's like it blows my mind. I feel like people see me and they don't see the athlete. And like
I think about that every time. I was like, if someone had if you had to race anybody, who'd you race? I'd be like, it's Sidney because I want to be known as the fastest.
dude, nobody's beating me in a race.
I think I got you, dude.
Dude,
I'm not a confident guy, but I will say that I'm actually a pretty confident.
There is listen. There is no way we could even frame a race where I wouldn't win.
All right.
It's just no way. I tried to
we're
think
gonna
about
we're gonna have to
it.
get
I
in some
thought
beef,
about it
dude.
really hard. I was like, maybe if I was in one of those sumo suits, I'll fucking smoke them.
What if I could chop off?
Damn.
What if I chop off both my legs and I got those little circle things? You know,
The fucking Oscar Pistorius blades.
yeah.
Dude, you got to murder an interracial
Whatever.
biracial chick first.
I might
Like,
have to do. You know, I'll do what I got to do.
Yeah,
I'm competitive
I mean-
too. You know.
I mean, well, it's I wouldn't even say that I'm competitor, dude. I'm just like a dominant athlete.
Okay.
There's no other way to say it, man.
I'm just
It's
unreal,
like,
dude.
I have.
You know what? I forfeit. This
Yeah.
I like your mentality about it. I'm not even gonna. I fucking lose, dude.
Yeah, man. It's like I can do ridiculous athletic shit. It's mine. Like it's
Can you do a flip?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, of course.
Frontwards and backwards?
Either way, man.
Damn.
He does
Either
both,
way.
dude. Half front
Yeah.
and then half back.
Can you do like X Games type sports?
I used to yeah. So like not as well as there are people that we know that are phenomenal on a skateboard. You know, it's I'm decent on a skateboard.
You can do a kickflip.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
I
cool.
mean, I can do most things. My brother, one of my younger brothers was a sponsored skater for a little while.
Oh shit.
So like, you know, I learned how to get good at that. Like I would work with him and stuff. So I got pretty good at that. And then, you know, see my way around a razor scooter. No big deal. You know, I'm not gonna get into that. But
Yo, what about ripstick? What do you know about ripstick, dude?
wait, what's the ripstick?
It's the 2-wheel one where you swivel.
Oh yeah, no,
That shit's just
I never
fun.
got
I
into
never
that.
played that.
I never saw that in the X Games.
It should be, dude.
Tail
People
whips.
are getting hip to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
people
like
grind
that's
with
one of
them
those
now.
things you ride and eat one of those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that comes already made.
Crustables?
So, yeah,
Like
that's
Crustables?
a crustable vehicle. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
At a go-gurt.
Yeah, you're eating food on the go on that.
Yeah, that's just something that you can eat and not gain weight at the same time. Like you said, you do it both at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah, you only eat go-gurts with cum in 'em if you're riding ripstick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was a big inliner.
Oh yeah,
Loved the inline.
I went through a hard phase.
Yes. Dude.
Yeah, that was my. I never say that first because it kind of has a bad reputation.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that was my shit.
That shit's so fun.
Yeah.
were like you going to skate parks and shit? Like,
Not really. No, it
Gotcha,
was
gotcha.
more street guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanna get back into it. Get the ones with the grinding plates and just break all my limbs.
Yeah. I talk about that all the time, man. It's like it's such a commitment, you know, because it's like how many battles am I gonna fight with like not giving a shit what people think, right?
Yo, what's going on, dude? It's scary.
Sometimes, like when it hasn't been on for a while, it like clicks and stuff. When it's like
All right, I'm just making sure.
it needs to break.
Yeah.
in.
Sounds like
It needs
That's
to break.
somebody. That's
I thought
somebody
they'd be like,
who
I
grew
think
up in
someone's coming
Somebody
up.
grew up in a nice suburb over here. You never heard a radiator wake up?
Dude. Well, no, he told me that it doesn't work.
Yeah,
I know radio.
That's not what central heating sounds like, dude.
Yo, this thing's about to combust, man.
Yo, where are the vents?
Sorry, go back to your inline. What?
Oh yeah.
Inlining skateboarding.
People used to call them fruit boots.
Fruit boots?
Yeah, fruit boots.
Because they're gay, or just because that was like,
for sure.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was like, yeah, fucking just the way, and then it maybe became the reason why people call people fruits.
Yeah, well, they actually make the shoelaces out of foreskins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes
So
sense.
gay people, like, they don't like when they pick something and they just fucking take it.
Yeah.
They just take it.
The rainbow.
Dude, so the rainbow's one. So I'm 40. So there was a time when like wearing biker shorts and like mesh see-through tank tops was so fucking masculine.
Really?
I swear to God.
I never experienced that.
Dude, it was like it was a hard biker short phase, and then it was like one gay guy like put that on and went around on rollerblades, and it was like, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
None of us can do that anymore.
Can you imagine being
And then
like
the village people are like, let's see how far we can take this.
Yeah.
Can we make blue collar jobs gay?
Dude,
I wonder like who was the last like actual biker to wear it, and after it was already like that fashion had passed. It's like, are you still wearing mesh, you piece of gay shit?
Yeah.
And he just gets catcalled. He's like, God damn it.
Dude, it was just such a masculine thing, man. It was it's just so wild. It was like you could go back and find pictures of Tupac in biker shorts and a tank top.
Oh, you know it? Yeah, you're right. I thought he was just maybe a little bit gay.
Dude, it was
Nah,
like
that's Biggie Balls, dude.
it came out. It was the hot thing for a second, and then like gay people just took it.
I mean, it
was
makes
crazy.
I think it landed where it should have. You know, I think gays should like that. Seems nice,
I mean, everything
Breezy.
seems that way when it's been that way for a while.
right? Yeah,
Right?
that's true. Condition.
Because like I still feel like I should be rocking the mesh tank top.
Dude, honestly, if I saw you walking,
I still feel like that's mine. You know what I mean? I want it back. I want the mesh tank top back.
it would have been
man.
pretty sick because I was waiting for you outside. I just saw you walking up with a mesh tank top, like, and you're walking under Woody's, just like,
Yeah, dude.
hey,
Yeah. I feel like they did that with the white mustache. I feel
Yeah.
like black mustache still pretty
Yeah.
masculine. But something about a thick white mustache.
White-
people are
they
like, you're
dye it?
either a pedophile or you're gay.
they dye it or something.
Yeah, well, the
Some people can pull it off.
The mustache is having a masculine renaissance because in the 80s it was very gay. The mustache, the
Yeah,
single
Freddie
mustache,
Mercury just like,
it was very gay.
yeah.
You know, and it's like it's making a comeback right now, which I'm a big fan of because I've always wanted to wear a mustache. But like, I was grandfathered into it being gay.
Yeah.
I did this because I thought I want to look a little gayer.
Yeah. Well, think again, dude.
I gotta get the mesh top.
But, dude, fucking thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Absolutely, man.
This was a lot of fun. Definitely, if you're down, come back anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what do you like? What do your listeners typically expect from you guys?
It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, it's either like heart to hearts or just fucking goofs. Like,
Yeah.
it really ranges from
I
episode to episode.
think this is a classic kind of one of our episodes where we start goofing and then we get into something a little bit more serious and then we end up like trying to goof at the end.
Yeah.
You know, who knows what they expect? But I think we delivered that here today.
Yeah. I guess what I was asking, like, what do your listeners get from your podcast? Like, why do they keep coming back?
Herpes.
Yeah. Now we recently on the last episode of the podcast we were talking about Two Jack Bros. If you want to check it out, anybody, but we were talking about how like
give that a listen. That's a great podcast.
yeah, like how nobody knows what's interesting about them, right? And then we came up with this experiment where you write two lists, right? 5 things that you think are interesting about you, that you think are interesting about you. 5 things that you think other people find interesting about you, right? And then you find people you care about, and you ask them to write a list of 5 things they think are interesting about you, and you see which list it is closer to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Maybe we should give that a shot.
Yeah. I was actually thinking recently, for us, I think that we're very different in styles, but have the same values.
Yeah.
So it's interesting for me.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
But yeah, it's hard to pin that down exactly. Even with your stand-up or just you as a human being in general. Everyone go do that. That's your homework.
Right? It's crazy,
That's
right?
your fucking homework.
Dude,
I think hopefully no one's coming here expecting for good science. You know?
Yeah, well, it's canceled. So
Yeah, but they're getting the science that might be like getting tossed around and misinformation. We don't expect them coming here looking for knowledge besides other. I mean, you know, you take what you can, what you will. I'm running. My brain stopped working in the middle of that sentence.
That's the caveat on Two Jack Bros. It's like we know stuff, but like the bro version of everything.
Okay,
You know, like everything that we know is like limited by bro.
Right. It's like it's almost like like all right. They people can't speak that type of language, but people speak bro.
Yeah.
So you can translate it. It's like you're like rewriting scripture.
Yeah.
From something.
It's like you know stuff, but you're not gay about it.
Yeah.
You know,
right,
it's like I know chakras. I love chakras. I apply them to my life, and I'm not gay about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
not a snob.
I don't know too much about it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not overflowing with chakra shit.
Yes, dude. We out here speaking bro Latin. Let's go.
I don't mean to keep extending the.
Do you have anything else you
you're
want? Anything you want to plug? Two Jack Bros.
Nah, everything goes through Two Jack Bros for me, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Give that a listen, everybody.
Fuck yeah. Follow me at Rob Cruz Comedy on Instagram, and that's basically it.
Cody. Wait, no. Right. Cody Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. And
We're all
keep
best friends.
expecting these video apps, baby.
Yeah.
I love doing it here now.
Yeah. This is this is a new setup for us. So it's Rob's a phenomenal interior decorator.
Yeah. The neighborhood made me gay. So, all right, dude. Shout out to the real ones. Brr.